Hey guys, how's it going? Another product here from Rohr 3 Solutions. It'll be available on C4Depot.com. Check them out anytime you want. Awesome plugins, awesome products. All of Rohr 3 Solution products will be underneath the C4 Depot models and in vehicles. And you'll be able to find a number of different options here. So, C4Depot.com. So I want to talk to you today about a real neat little airplane. This is a general aviation aircraft, which has, as most of the models that I create have, a high and low detail, and all it does is remove the caustics of the transparency, and it is set to detail at a distance for you in that fashion. You have a level detail in the renderer, which is self-explanatory. But you also have the level detail in the editor, which can bog your system down if you don't have a high performance system. So just be aware of that. My recommendation is to go ahead and just leave the level detail editor down unless you need it. What I'm doing in terms of controls, you have propeller RPM, and I'll just kind of crank this up. Actually, I'll leave it down and I'll hit the play. And as I slowly crank this, you'll see the prop will start spinning a little bit quicker. And I do have it mapped the best I can, generally around RPM, but it is a little bit faster than that. And you have the ability to go at a really high rate of speed. So if you're running a render with the physical renderer and you're using motion blur, you'll be able to get a motion blur out of this. It's pretty awesome. It looks great and is very functional. And additionally, on the propeller, I've given the ability to adjust the pitch as a constant speed prop would normally allow you to do. And that's really not going to be a big notice on an animation unless you're looking at the side and you start doing your pitch. It'll give a really nice effect for the prop blur as you're going through it. And then we have some other controls here. I'm going to go ahead into quick shading, so this makes it a little bit easier. You have aileron control, and it is mapped, so right is right, left is left. And as you might see, the stick will also move in the same fashion, and I have some deformers on the stick boot. And so we also have flaps that will lower, and you have an elevator, a full flying elevator that will articulate. Same thing with the flight stick, it will adjust. You have a trim tab on the back end of the elevator, and we have rudder that will both move the rudder, the nose wheel, and the pedals inside. And I'll just show you a better view of that as well. So fully functional and ready for animating. So that's what we have on that end. And then when we get into the fun stuff, we also have the doors that open and close. And it looks like I have accidentally hidden some of this. So let me go ahead and make sure that I don't have anything here that's missing. So this is a product that is made in Cinema 4D, and all the components that I use to make these models are specifically for Cinema 4D to be able to give you all of the maximum power of the rendering engine. So I do use symmetry, I do use instances, and a lot of splines on certain components. So we just had a symmetry that was off. So now that's back on. You can see that the doors open and close. You also have a cargo door on both the right and left side. Be able to go ahead and throw a bag in there if you like for a kind of a neat little rendering scene. So I'll go and close all these. And then into the fun part, which is the lights. So I'll go ahead and remove the hide lights in editor. And when I hit play, what you'll see is you have a beacon that will be flashing in a modulo, and then you also see that I have a couple of collision lights that are running on a spline to run kind of a nice effect. And obviously we also have instrument lighting. You have the power of controlling how much intensity you want on the instrument lighting. Go ahead and bring that back. And you have just a button for the cockpit lights. But if I leave all of the lights running, And let's go a couple frames in, and we just render it. What you'll see is you get a nice glow on the headlight, or I'm sorry, the landing light. You get kind of a nice little glow on the beacon, and you'll have the nav lights, which will run. There we go. This will be easier to see. So you'll have nav lights, which will be on and kind of glowing, and then when you run the collision lights, you'll be able to get a real poppy effect. And these lights are mapped so that if you are using the lens effect, which I highly encourage, you'll end up getting a really nice output. So let me do this. Let's do this and this. And it's having a little hard time calculating that light. Let me make this easier for all of us. There we go. And it will give you that nice lens effect. In fact, to make this even quicker, let's do this. And I'll even get rid of the global illumination because it's really not necessary to show you. And you get this nice flare, and you'll get the same flare effect whenever you're looking in the direct line of the landing lights over a distance. So again, this product is available on c4depot.com. I, as always, am willing to help out anyone that wants custom work done to a model. If you own this aircraft, you want your own tail number on it, please let me know. Happy to help out any way that I can. And as always, guys, happy modeling.